Welcome to another Tony Too Tough video. Today we're going to be doing the P.A.U.L method. Stick around and see what that's all about. A little bit of navigation can save your life. P.A.U.L. Hey, P.A.U.L. P.A.U.L. Anybody know what P.A.U.L stands for? I didn't either. I had to look it up. But it's Positive Azimuth Uniform Layout. I swear the guy who decided to make this, his name was Paul, and he just tried really, really hard to get it to work in to the method. So whatever it is, I don't care. It's a great way to get yourself out of the woods, back to the truck, safe and sound. You don't have to get lost. You don't have to do the reverse azimuth thing and backtrack and hit every single waypoint. No, we got a solution for us, so stick around. Today, we just need 5 tools. Count them, 5 tools. Here they are. Tool number 1, you're going to need a Write in the Rain notebook pad or something equivalent to it. It should come with a pen, so that's really kind of 1, okay? 2, you are going to need a Suunto MC2, right? Or a comparable compass, one with an adjustable bezel ring, sighting mirror. That's important. 3, you are going to need some pacing beads to make sure how you know how far you traveled. And 4, you are going to need some cordage. Any cordage will do. Bank line, paracord, doesn't matter. You can even use sticks off the ground if you like, but you need that. And next thing in line, you're going to need some stakes. Now, I got a bunch of these. I made these out of some fat wood, so those are going to do the job. And here we go. We're going to get this thing started. Stick around. You're going to find how you can keep yourself from dying in the woods. It's not that hard, but you need to bring a compass. You need to bring some tools with you, so bring your tools. Don't forget your tools. All right, let's get this thing started. So let's start off with some really important stuff. I pulled these notes directly from a land navigation course I did in Ohio at the Dave Canterbury Self-Reliance Outfitters class. It was the basic class. This was the very first one I did. So we're going to use, I just jotted my notes down from my notepad. They were all inside here. So anyways, here's what we're going to do. We're going to make the P.A.U.L method. You're going to love this. Stick around. This is you. Your very first waypoint. Ready? Here we go. Just stab it in the ground. I don't care where. Anywhere is fine, just as long as it's in the ground. First one on the list, 163. We're going to dial it into 163. Dial it right into 163. So every tick mark is 2. If you can see that, 163 is at the top. My reverse azimuth is 343. So let's start here. Here we are at 1. We dialed it in. Now we're going to put red in the shed. That puts the bearing in that direction. Already got a bowline in there. Just going to put a bite in there, drop it in, over top, and tighten it in. We're good. And 163. So now that red is in the shed, and I know that's the case, this is my direction to travel. Now, from here, now I have to take my measurement. How far did I travel? So the measuring tool that I'm using on the outside of here, I've got it marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is a decision you have to make. Your measuring tool can be a stake, it could be a stick, it could be a ruler, it could be the end of your axe, right? Or you put little markings on there, right? But they represent whatever you want it to represent. In this case, I just created 100 paces, okay? So in this scenario, I'm using each one of these tick marks as 10 paces. Okay, so at the end of this book, it'll be 50. I double that, I have 100. You see what I'm doing there? In this case, I traveled 3 of these puppies. Okay, so I traveled 150 paces. Do another there. There we go. Let's check our measurement and our bearing. We are online. We are. Drop your point. Perfect. Wrap it around twice. Recheck. We checked. In this case, we upped it a little bit. There we go. The next one's going to be 115. Let's dial in 115. Let's make our measurement. we're going to drop a pin. Let's measure up. Let's check our measurement. Red in the shed. Red in the shed. 50. 100 paces. We're good. Let's go to the next one. 202. Dial it in. Red in the shed. Grab another pen. Do our measurement. From the end to there. There's the next one. Wrap it around. Not once, but 2 times. Recheck every time. Do not fail at rechecking. There we go. There we go. It actually belongs over a little bit. There we go. That's why we recheck, ladies and gentlemen. Because it's only like we're not going over huge distances, but it's enough that it'll make a difference. And we want to arrive back at our location. So let's go to the next one. Last one we put in was 202. Next one is 247 on the list. 247. So let's dial in 247, shall we? 242, 244, 246, 247. 247. There we go. There we go. Let's do our measurement. Grab a stake. We're going to stake it out. Can you see now what we've done? You're starting to see the trail, right? All right. Starting to see what's happening here. All right. Let's wrap it around there twice. Sounds redundant, but check. Always check. Red in the shed. Got it. Sweet. Next one on the list. We're moving right along. 255. 250. 255. There we go. Next one, 352. 352. Let's put red in the shed. Red is in the shed. Take our measuring stick, measure. We ran another 100 paces. Grab another stick, plop it in. There we go. Wrap around, not once, but twice. There we go. 327. 322. Did that one already. The next one is 21. Dialing it into 21, right? Let's put red in the shed. Red is in the shed. Let's plot our orientation line. There we go. We know we're good. Let's do a measurement, shall we? 10 or 50 and 100. There we go. We're going to put our last one in. There we go. Let's drop our line, wrap it around. We're going to double check to make sure. Double check everything all the time. There. Red is in the shed. Got it. Cool. So we started off here. We went to each waypoint, right? We put and tracked our azimuth, our reverse azimuth, and our pace count. So this is what we need to do. This was our last count, right? We'd like to get back here. We could either shoot a reverse azimuth and go back all to these locations till we end up here, or we can just make this P.A.U.L map, right? And then I can run this string all the way over here. Let me get this out of there. Run this string all the way over here. Bring it down over there. Wrap it one more time. There we go. Now here's where it gets, this is how we get home. Ready? This is it. Now that I know, all I'm doing is, and I want to make sure that this is nice and tight. Put red in the shed. Line it up. Red is in the shed. Red is in the shed. So now we have our bearing, right? We have our azimuth, which is exactly 30 degrees. So now we're going to count our pace count, right? So we've got 50, 100, 150, 160, 170, 175 paces. So there you have it, folks. We got everything that we need. We got our way back. We found our way through the woods. We mapped it out. P.A.U.L method works. It'll save you, right? But here's the deal. Mark your stuff. Bring this in with you. Just take a few moments. Mark your stuff down so you know. All you need is a couple of tools, right? Some of the tools you're going to need is your Sunto MC2. You're going to need your Right in the Rain. You're going to need some pacing beads. You're also going to need some stakes. And you're going to need some strings. So that's all it took, folks. So go out there and make your own map. Get out there and get in the woods. Get your dirt on. Go on now. Now get.